Hello there, Rabbi. As we speak, it's a beautiful fall day, and everybody's out enjoying it, except for the people who are on furlough because the government is still shut down. And why is it shut down? Because of the critical issue of healthcare in this country.
The government is not being held hostage by the Democrats for health care. It's being held hostage by the Democrats for another patch on a system that just isn't working. And it's time for both Democrats and Republicans to admit it's not working. And to have more subsidies, it's going to go into the billions of dollars, and it's not going to make health care any better. It's not going to make health care more affordable. It's not going to make health care for other people. What we need is what Trump promised in his first term, a beautiful health care, universal health care. He promised that. Nothing was developed. No committees were formed. That was his first term. Now, the Republicans are saying, if we open the government, we'll come up with a plan. I have a very simple solution to that. Come up with a plan. Right now, there is no Republican committee. No one is researching health care. There's no reason to believe that there's anything on the horizon. And the Democrats are really very foolish, holding our country at ransom for giving money to people so that they could afford health care in a system that needs to be worked on. The answer, Joe, is both Democrats and Republicans to sit down, to look at each other and say, healthcare in the United States is a patchwork quilt. We keep adding these little fixes, and it's getting worse. So before it gets worse and worse, let's come up with something that works, something that's reasonable.
But the Democratic position is not that they want to enact more benefits. They don't want the benefits that are currently in place to expire. And the Republican position is, yeah, we agree, we have an idea for a good plan, and we're going to come up with one, but let's not hold the government, the country hostage.
First of all, it's the Democratic plan is to give people subsidies to afford something that's not a very good plan to start with. And it's not a very good idea for more handouts. The answer from the Democrats would be come up with a health care plan. And for the Republicans, they can say that, but nothing's going on. And because nothing's going on, I don't believe them. And because Trump promised when he was president the first time, nothing happened. So I don't believe their words. What I would like to see is the Republicans put on the table and say, here is a national health care plan. And it doesn't involve subsidies, and it doesn't involve giving people money in order to buy into a flawed plan. We're going to fix this once and for all. And here is our idea. And for the Democrats to put something on the table that's not subsidizing people into a flawed system already, because it's just going to get worse. And isn't that what's happening? Every year, healthcare costs go up. Every year we have a problem. It reminds me of immigration in a way. Nobody wants to fix it, but everyone keeps putting patches on it. We all admit we have a problem. So let's fix it. And the Republicans can have a very different idea than Democrats. That's great. So let's have two plans on the table. Let's present two plans to the Americans. But don't tell me you're going to come up with a plan. Let's put that plan out there so we can all look at it. And the same thing for the Democrats. Let's come up with a plan.
Isn't the problem always that people come up with plans, but they can't get passed because of the nearly even divide of the Congress and the Senate, and how in order to get some kind of official resolution, everyone has to agree this is a good idea. And then we're back to the point where who has the best idea? How do is there an objective way to determine a system that will work well that everybody can agree on?
See, we don't need anything perfect. All we need is two plans on the table, a Republican plan and a Democratic plan. I don't see either one doing that. Put two plans out there, and then the public, senators, we can all look at them and look at the pluses and minuses and say, this one has less minuses, this one has more pluses, or we'll merge the two together. There's no reason why, other than playing political games or kabuki theater, to hold America hostage in order to give people money in order to buy into a flawed plan. Let's put two things on the table. That's it. And then let's meld them, put them together, have committees. I think this is the perfect time to acknowledge we need to do something. It's only going to get worse and worse, and people are being hurt by the fact the government is closed and we don't want to talk to each other.
Well, I can think of another thing that we could use too, Rabbi, and that is you and your wisdom. In fact, we need more than two. We need as many as we can get. Let's hope that something breaks in this little loggerhead. But meanwhile, Congress, Senate, please take a look at our video channel. And if you're free, subscribe, because it's free to you and it helps us a lot. Thanks as always.
And for those watching and listening, don't take sides. Don't think that the Democrats are right, the Democrats are wrong, Republicans are right or wrong. Let's take a different approach and say to both parties, we want each of you to come up with an actual plan, not a promise plan, but I want to see it on paper.